Hello, thank you for joining us today. We are your Mountain House High counseling team. My name is Mrs. Russo. We also have Mr. Cronin, Mrs. Williams, and Mrs. Aslami online with us today. Today's format is a question and answer format. So if you have a question about scheduling for ninth grade, please use the link that you see on your screen. That will take you to a Google form where you can submit your question. Or you can scan the QR code. We'll also take you to the Google form where you can submit your question. We are not presenting any specific material today. We sent out a PowerPoint presentation and a video presentation. So if you have not already watched that, we recommend going back to watch that because that will answer many of your questions. If you've already watched that information, you're welcome to submit your questions via the form. Our first question is, my son wants to do 2 path days. We have prepared a 4-year plan, but need to discuss it. When and how can we have that session? So for right now, just focus on those ninth grade classes and signing up for the 2 entry-level courses for whichever pathways they are interested in. In August, when your student starts with us, they will have the opportunity to request an individual counseling appointment. Parents can be invited to those appointments if you would like to attend. And during that time, we can cover their full 4-year plan with them. We also hold success sessions during the school year that students can sign up for to go over their 4-year plans.
Hello, our second question is, can he do Spanish 1 in Delta in the summer after ninth grade year and have it on his high school transcript? So the answer to that would be no. Foreign languages, if we offer them at our high school, we cannot put those French, Chinese, or Spanish. We will not put those on the high school transcript. So if we offer them at the high school, again, we will not put those on the high school transcript.
As a follow-up to the Spanish question, it says, but my other child was able to do it. Yes, potentially. As we've grown as a school and as we've learned how different situations may impact a student's academic success, policies have changed. So moving forward, we no longer allow Spanish, French, or Chinese to be taken with an outside institution and articulated onto the Mountain House transcript. Our next question is, what is the live presentation about, which is happening on January 25th? Is it the same presentation we received in Parent Square or through email titled Get Ready for Freshman Year? Yes, it's going to be the same information. So if you already watched that video presentation and you do not have any additional questions, you do not need to attend that January 25th in-person session. We are only inviting parents to that session, so please leave your students at home, or let them hang out and go to the curriculum fair afterwards. But we have very limited space in the theater, and we have a very large incoming ninth population. So we just do not have space to accommodate all students and parents. It should really just be for parents who have not seen that presentation or who have additional questions to be answered. Our next question is, can we do another language outside of the high school? Like, for example, the Telugu. So yes, we have 4 principal certified language academies: Tamil, Hindi, Punjabi, and the Telugu. So if your student is completing one of those language academies, those are approved to be added to the high school transcript.
Our next question is, how about Gov, History, and Econ? Can that be done at Delta and be articulated? The answer to that question is yes, those classes can be done at Delta. If you go to the Mountain House High School website, under the counseling tab, you'll see non-MHHS courses. It was just posted in the chat. Please review that for timelines as to when those courses need to be done by.
The next question is, when will my student be able to apply for the early college program at Delta? Our early college counselor, Mrs. Lamy, is currently working towards offering that opportunity. You'll hear more information probably sometime in the month of February. There'll be an informational night for students and parents to attend, and information about the application process will be shared at that time.
The next question is about needing approval to take courses in the fall through Delta College. Once your student starts high school, which is in August, at that time you can sign your student's CVS form so that they can register for classes in the fall at Delta College. Before they are a student here at Mountain House High School, unfortunately we are unable to sign college early start forms to give permission to students to sign up for fall classes.
As a reminder, please make sure you are putting your questions in the Google form that you see linked onto the screen. We are keeping an eye on our Google or our response sheet. So that's where questions should be submitted, not in the chat. Our next question is, my son is currently doing Math 1 in 8th grade, but in Aries Portal, I see Math 1 is already selected by default. We are not able to do this, though we are able to add Math 2. So if your student is a current Math 1 student, they will see Math 1 in their Aries request. That's okay. Just leave it alone for now. There's nobody that you need to contact. What your student does need to do is input either Math 2 or Math 2 Honors, so whichever class they want to take next year, and we offer both online. Counselors are going to be reviewing course requests the first couple of weeks in February. We will remove the Math 1 for all of our current Math 1 students. So it'll get removed at a later time. There's nothing that you need to do for it right now. Speaking of our Math 1, we often have lots of questions about the Math 1 Summer Skipper. This is a program that we offer during, typically starting in the spring semester, and it runs through the summer. 8th grade students who are interested in being in Math 2 or Math 2 Honors as a freshman they can sign up for our Math 1 Summer Skipper program in order to complete Math 1 and move into Math 2 or Math 2 honors as a freshman. We do not have any information about this program at the time. We know that it's happening, but that's the only information that we have. So when we receive confirmation from the district office about when this program is going to be started, we will contact you. We will send out a Google form to all students and parents, and all they need to do is fill out that Google form if they're interested in participating in this program. The Summer Skipper program, it usually starts in about March or April, and then they have until the end of July to finish it. It is offered online via Ingenuity, so students can work ahead if you have summer plans and are not going to be present in Mountain House during summer. So it's important to note that students have to complete their entire course before leaving for summer plans because they do have to test in person. So if you have summer vacations planned and this is a program that you're interested in, keep in mind that your student is going to have to complete the full Math 1 Summer Skipper program before leaving for your summer plans. And again, we'll send out a Google form sometime in February to gain interest in this program, but we just don't have all the information yet, which is why you have not heard from counseling about it. Our next question is how many maximum courses my student can take at Delta College every semester for early college. So if your student is part of the early college program, they will be set in a cohort. So a set of classes will be developed by Mrs. Aslami and the Delta College counselors. So you will be provided with that cohort plan once it's created. Has not been created yet. So for right now, all you need to do is keep an eye out for the informational invite and attend that informational meeting with Ms. Aslami. But typically, it's 1 to up to 3 courses, I believe, in a semester is what students take.
The next question is, if they are currently in 8th grade math, is Summer Skipper program the only option to complete in order to get into early college pathway? You do not need to be in Math 2 as a freshman for the early college pathway. You can be in Math 1 and still do the early college pathway. We have shifted some of the classes at Delta College so that there is not a requirement for Math 1 to have already been completed. But in general, the only way to complete Math 1, if you're currently not in it as an 8th grader, is to do the Summer Skippers program.
And that is the only advancement opportunity for the summer. So students cannot take Delta classes over the summer. They cannot start on the community service hours over the summer. The only advancement opportunity is if they have not already taken Math 1, they can sign up for our Math 1 Summer Skipper program. All of their students should just enjoy their summer.
The next question is, between English 9 and English 9 honors, which one will give more credit in high school, if any? Is the course content different, and how does it impact, say, engineering pathway? So, English 9 honors is the more challenging version of English 9. As far as credits, it doesn't necessarily, the credits are the same. They're both 5 credits each semester. English 9 honors is weighted at the high school level. As far as GPA, if a student gets an A in the honors version of the class, it is worth 5 points versus in a regular class, it is worth 4 points. It doesn't impact any of the pathways. It's just if students want to challenge themselves, they can take the honors or accelerated version of the class. The next question is, if my student takes only one AP honors per year and other regular classes and gets all A's, will her total GPA score be 5? That's not necessarily how it works. So basically, if your student takes one AP or honors class and the rest are regular and gets an A in all of them, what you will do is count 4 points for every regular A, 5 points for every honors or AP A, and then you'll divide it by the number of classes that your student has taken, and that's how your GPA will be calculated.
For any of you who are just joining us, we are not presenting any specific material. This is just a question and answer format. Please use the link that you see on the screen. It will take you to a Google form, or you can scan the QR code and you can submit your questions there. Our next question is, do all 7 classes add to GPA or just ELA, math, social studies, and PE? So all classes that they receive a grade for will be included in the GPA. So there's few exceptions to that. For example, in 11th and 12th grade year, students can take a teaching assistant. This is a pass or no pass. So any pass or no pass type class is not included in the GPA, but anything that they earn a letter grade for is included in the high school GPA. So, due to the limited amount of questions we're receiving at this time, we are going to get ready to end this session a little bit early in the next few minutes. So, if you have additional questions, please submit them via the Google form now. We'll hang around for another few minutes to see if any other questions come through, and then we're going to end our session. If you think of another question, you can always reach out to the counselors through email, or we have the January 25th in-person session next week. Our next question is, what exactly does being well-rounded mean? Do the students need to be in sports? Do they need to be part of clubs? So this question is referring to well-rounded for college applications in my assumption. So if I'm assuming incorrectly, please let me know. But if your student is trying to get accepted into four-year colleges by applying during their senior year, You may hear that college admissions counselors are looking for a well-rounded student. What this means is that it's more than just the academic piece. So what else are they involved in that is uh, continuing their educational knowledge or building their resume. That can be Mountain House sports. It can be Mountain House clubs. It can also be outside curricular activities. Maybe your student tutors outside of school. Maybe they're part of Taekwondo. So they're just looking for students to participate in activities that they're passionate about, have influence in those groups. And then the academic piece as well. So that's what they mean when they're looking for a well-rounded student. There's not any specific formula that they're looking for. They just want students to be involved outside of the academic piece, whatever that looks like for them. So we will give it one more minute to see if any questions come through, and then we'll be ending our session. Okay, we have not received any additional questions, so we are going to end our session at this time. Thank you for joining us. Remember, you are welcome to email the counseling team if you have additional questions, or join us next Thursday, January 25th for this in-person session in the theater. We're excited to work with your students next year, and we hope you have a great spring and summer semester.